Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English Vibes.
Hey there! We're so happy you're here with us today.
I'm Maya.
And I'm John. We help you practice real, natural English conversations.
Today, we're talking about something that affects all of us every single day.
That's right. We're going to talk about habits.
Habits are the things we do regularly, often without even thinking about them.
If you enjoy our videos, please hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up.
Yes, please. It really helps us grow. Okay, let's get started.
So Maya, let's talk about habits. Do you think you have a lot of good habits?
That's a tough question. I think I have some good habits and some bad habits, just like everyone.
That's fair. Nobody's perfect, right?
Exactly. What about you? Do you consider yourself someone with good habits?
I try to be. I've been working on building better habits over the past few years.
That's great. So, what would you say is your best habit?
Probably exercising regularly. I work out almost every day.
Wow, that's impressive. How did you build that habit?
It took time, honestly. I started small. At first, I just exercised twice a week.
And then you gradually increased it?
Exactly. I added one more day each month until it became part of my daily routine.
That's smart. Starting small is key. If you try to do too much at once, you'll give up.
That's what I learned. What about you? What's your best habit?
I would say reading before bed. I read for at least 30 minutes every night.
That's a wonderful habit. Does it help you sleep better?
It does. It calms my mind and helps me relax. Plus, I get to read so many great books.
How long have you been doing this?
For about 3 years now. It started when I decided to reduce my screen time before bed.
Replacing a bad habit with a good one.
Exactly. I used to scroll through my phone for hours before sleeping.
We all do that. It's such a common bad habit.
It really is. The blue light from screens makes it harder to fall asleep.
So you swapped your phone for a book?
Yup, best decision ever. Now I actually look forward to reading time.
That's awesome. Okay, speaking of bad habits, what's your worst habit?
Oh no, do I have to admit this?
Come on, we all have bad habits.
Okay, fine. My worst habit is probably procrastination.
Procrastination? Like putting things off until later?
Exactly. I always say, I'll do it tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes.
What kinds of things do you procrastinate on?
Mostly boring tasks like paying bills, doing laundry, or cleaning my apartment.
Those are pretty common things to procrastinate on.
I know, but it creates stress when everything piles up.
Are you trying to break this habit?
I'm working on it. I've started using the 2-minute rule.
What's the 2-minute rule?
If something takes less than 2 minutes, I do it immediately instead of putting it off.
That's brilliant. So simple but effective.
It really is. It's helped me a lot. What about you? What's your worst habit?
Probably biting my nails. I've done it since I was a kid.
Oh, that's a tough one to break.
It really is. I do it without even realizing it, especially when I'm nervous or stressed.
Have you tried to stop?
Many times. I've tried wearing gloves, putting bad-tasting polish on my nails, everything.
Did any of those things work?
Temporarily, but then I always go back to it. It's such an automatic behavior.
Automatic behaviors are the hardest to change because you don't even notice you're doing them.
Exactly. I'm trying to be more aware of when I do it.
That's what they say. Okay, let's talk about morning habits. What's the first thing you do when you wake up? The very first thing? I check my phone.
Me too, even though I know it's not the healthiest habit.
Right? All the experts say you shouldn't check your phone first thing in the morning.
Why is that bad?
Because it immediately puts you in a reactive mode. You're responding to other people's demands instead of focusing on yourself.
That makes sense. So what should we do instead?
Some people recommend meditation, stretching, or just lying in bed and thinking about your goals for the day.
Do you do any of those things?
Not yet. I just admitted I check my phone first, but I want to change that habit.
It's hard because the phone is right there on the nightstand.
Maybe we should put our phones in another room before bed.
That's a good idea. Then we'd have to get up to check them.
And by that time, we could do something else instead. What do you do after checking your phone?
I get out of bed and make coffee. That's a non negotiable morning habit.
Coffee is essential. Do you drink it right away?
Pretty much. I can't really function until I've had my first cup.
Same here. How many cups do you drink per day?
Usually three, one in the morning, one mid morning, and one after lunch.
That's a lot of caffeine.
I know. I'm trying to cut back. Too much caffeine can make you jittery and anxious.
Have you tried switching to tea?
I have, but it's not the same. I love the taste and ritual of coffee.
I understand. The ritual is part of the habit, not just the caffeine.
Exactly. What about you? Any other morning habits?
After coffee, I always make my bed. Every single day, no matter what.
That's a great habit. I've heard making your bed is linked to productivity.
Yes, it gives you a small win first thing in the morning. It sets a positive tone for the day.
I should start doing that. I usually leave my bed messy.
Try it for a week and see how you feel.
I will. Okay, let's talk about eating habits. Do you eat breakfast every day?
I do. I never skip breakfast. It's the most important meal of the day, they say.
What do you usually eat?
It depends. Sometimes oatmeal with fruit, sometimes eggs and toast, sometimes just yogurt and granola.
Those all sound healthy.
I try to eat a balanced breakfast. It gives me energy for the morning. What about you?
I'm not really a breakfast person. I usually just have coffee.
Just coffee? That's not enough.
I know, but I'm never hungry in the morning. I don't eat until around noon.
Are you doing intermittent fasting?
Kind of, but not intentionally. I just naturally don't feel like eating early.
Some people are like that. Their bodies work differently.
Yeah, I eat a big lunch and dinner though.
Do you have any bad eating habits?
Definitely. I eat too much junk food. Chips, cookies, candy.
We all have our weaknesses.
My biggest weakness is eating late at night. I snack right before bed.
What do you snack on?
Usually something sweet like ice cream or cookies.
That's a tough habit to break because it's so satisfying.
I know. I've tried to stop, but around 10 p.m., I always get cravings.
Maybe try having some fruit instead, or herbal tea.
I've tried fruit, but it doesn't satisfy the craving the same way.
What about dark chocolate? It's healthier than cookies, but still sweet.
That's not a bad idea. I could try that.
Baby steps. You don't have to quit completely, just make slightly better choices.
That's good advice. What about you? Any bad eating habits?
I eat too fast. I finish my meals in like 5 minutes.
Why is that bad?
Because your brain needs about 20 minutes to realize you're full. If you eat too fast, you overeat.
Oh, I've heard that. You should put your fork down between bites.
Exactly. I'm trying to slow down and actually taste my food.
That's mindful eating, right?
Yes, being present and aware while you eat instead of rushing through it.
Do you eat while watching TV or looking at your phone?
Sometimes, yeah, that's another bad habit. You should focus on your food.
I do that too. It's so easy to get distracted.
When you're distracted, you don't notice when you're full, so you eat more.
We have a lot to work on.
We do, but that's okay. Nobody's perfect. Let's talk about evening habits. What do you do after work?
I usually go for a walk. It helps me transition from work mode to relaxation mode.
That's a healthy habit. How long do you walk?
About 30 minutes, sometimes more if the weather is nice.
Do you listen to anything while you walk?
Sometimes I listen to music or podcasts. Other times I just walk in silence and think.
That sounds peaceful. I should do that more often.
You should. It really clears your head. What do you do after work?
Honestly, I usually just crash on the couch and watch TV.
There's nothing wrong with that. Relaxing is important.
True, but sometimes I watch TV for like 4 hours straight.
That's a lot of screen time.
I know, it's kind of a waste of time, but it's how I unwind.
Maybe you could set a limit, like only 2 hours of TV per night?
That's a good idea. I could use the extra time to do something productive.
Or something you enjoy, like a hobby.
You're right. I keep saying I want to learn to paint, but I never do it.
Because you're watching TV instead.
Exactly. I need to break that habit and create a new one.
What if you paint while watching TV?
Oh, that's clever. I could do both at the same time.
Problem solved.
I like the way you think. Okay, let's talk about phone habits. How much time do you spend on your phone each day?
Way too much. Probably like 4 or 5 hours.
That's actually pretty normal these days. Most people spend that much time on their phones.
I know, but it still feels like too much. What apps do you use most?
Social media, definitely. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. I scroll endlessly.
Same. It's such a time waster, but I can't stop.
Have you tried any apps that limit your screen time?
I have. My phone has a built in feature that tells me how much time I spend on each app.
Does it help?
A little. It makes me more aware, but I still use my phone too much.
Awareness is the first step, though.
True. I've been trying to charge my phone in another room at night.
Does that help you use it less?
Yes, if it's not right next to me, I'm less tempted to grab it.
That's smart. Out of sight, out of mind.
Exactly. What about you? Have you tried to reduce your phone usage?
I've started leaving my phone in my bag when I'm at dinner with friends.
That's a great habit, being present with the people you're with.
It was hard at first. I kept wanting to check it, but now it's easier.
Do your friends do the same?
Some do, some don't, but I feel better when I'm not distracted by my phone.
That's what matters. Okay, let's talk about productivity habits. Do you make to do lists?
Every single day, I can't function without my to-do list.
What do you put on your list?
Everything. Work tasks, errands, chores, appointments. If I don't write it down, I'll forget.
Do you write it on paper or use an app?
I use an app on my phone. I can check things off and it feels so satisfying.
I love that feeling too. What app do you use?
Just the basic notes app, nothing fancy. What about you? Do you make lists?
I do, but I prefer paper. I have a notebook where I write everything down.
Why paper instead of digital?
I don't know, it just feels more real. Plus, I remember things better when I write them by hand.
There's actually science behind that. Writing by hand activates different parts of your brain.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah, it helps with memory and learning.
Good to know I'm doing something right.
Do you have any other productivity habits?
I use the Pomodoro technique when I need to focus on something.
What's that?
You work for 25 minutes straight, then take a 5-minute break. You repeat the cycle 4 times, then take a longer break.
That sounds effective. Does it work for you?
It does. The short breaks keep me from getting burned out, and knowing I only have to focus for 25 minutes makes it less overwhelming.
I'm going to try that. I have trouble focusing for long periods.
You should. There are apps that can time it for you.
Perfect. Okay, we've talked about so many different habits. Let's do a vocabulary review.
Great idea. We used a lot of important words about habits today.
First word, habit. A habit is something you do regularly, often without thinking about it.
Good habits include exercising, eating healthy, and reading.
Bad habits include smoking, eating junk food, and procrastinating.
Habits can be hard to change because they're automatic behaviors.
Next word, routine. A routine is a sequence of actions you follow regularly.
My morning routine is wake up, make coffee, take a shower, get dressed.
Routines give structure to your day and make life easier.
Next, procrastinate. To procrastinate means to delay or postpone doing something.
I procrastinate on doing my taxes. I always wait until the last minute.
Many people procrastinate on difficult or boring tasks.
It's a very common bad habit.
Let's explain automatically. If you do something automatically, you do it without thinking or consciously deciding.
I automatically check my phone when I wake up. I don't even think about it.
Automatic behaviors are the hardest habits to change.
Next word, addiction. An addiction is when you can't stop doing something even though it's bad for you.
Some people have an addiction to social media or video games.
Addiction is more serious than a habit because you feel like you can't control it.
If you think you have an addiction, you should seek professional help.
Very important. Next, willpower. Willpower is your ability to control your behavior and resist temptation.
It takes willpower to say no to dessert when you're on a diet.
Or willpower to go to the gym when you'd rather stay home and watch TV.
Some people have stronger willpower than others.
Next word, consistent. Being consistent means doing something regularly without stopping.
To build a good habit, you need to be consistent. You can't just do it once or twice.
If you want to exercise regularly, you need to be consistent. Go to the gym 3 times a week, every week.
Consistency is key to forming new habits.
Let's talk about trigger. A trigger is something that causes you to do a habit.
For example, feeling stressed might trigger someone to smoke a cigarette.
Or seeing your running shoes by the door might trigger you to go for a run.
Understanding your triggers can help you change your habits.
Next, reward. A reward is something good you give yourself after completing a task or goal.
After I finish a big project, I reward myself with ice cream.
Rewards help motivate you and reinforce good habits.
But be careful that your reward doesn't undo your good habit, like rewarding a workout by eating junk food.
Good point. Last word, accountability. Accountability means being responsible for your actions and having someone check on your progress.
If you want to build a new habit, tell a friend about it. They can hold you accountable.
When someone is checking on you, you're more likely to stick with your habit.
Accountability partners are very helpful.
Perfect. So we learned habit, routine, procrastinate, automatically, addiction, willpower, consistent, trigger, reward, and accountability.
That's 10 important words for talking about habits.
These words will help you discuss your own habits and goals in English.
Now it's your turn. We have a question for you.
Write in the comments, what's one good habit you want to build, and what's one bad habit you want to break?
Be honest. We all have habits we want to change.
And maybe other viewers can give you tips and encouragement.
We love reading your comments. They help us create better content for you.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already.
And hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video.
Remember, building good habits takes time. Be patient with yourself.
Start small, be consistent, and celebrate your progress.
You can do it. We believe in you.
See you in the next video.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Quick vocabulary review. 1. Habit. Something you do regularly without thinking. 2. Routine. Sequence of regular actions. 3. Procrastinate. Delay or postpone doing something. 4. Automatically. Doing something without conscious thought. 5. Addiction. Unable to stop doing something harmful. 6. Willpower. Ability to control behavior and resist temptation. 7. Consistent. Doing something regularly without stopping. 8. Trigger. Something that causes you to do a habit. 9. Reward. Something good you give yourself after a goal. 10. Accountability. Being responsible and having someone check your progress. Useful phrases about habits. I'm trying to break this habit. I want to build a new habit. It takes 21 days to form a habit. Common saying. Old habits die hard. Idiom. Habits are difficult to change. I do it out of habit. It's become second nature to me, so automatic you don't think about it. Tips for building good habits. 1. Start small. Don't try to change everything at once. 2. Be consistent. Do it every day, even if just for a few minutes. 3. Track your progress. Mark it on a calendar or use an app. 4. Find an accountability partner. Tell someone about your goal. 5. Reward yourself. Celebrate small wins along the way. 6. Be patient. It takes time to form new habits. Keep working on your habits. Small changes lead to big results. Muscle up, shine.